What?
Welcome to the SID's View podcast. Why does it always go out when I do?
Because it sounds weird, Sid.
True.
I mean,
I can't even do it.
Well,
That's what she said.
Solid.
Ooh, I like that. Dude, I feel
what do
like
you got to say about that, Huffro?
I feel like I could say like Sid.
Right?
I'm in your parking lot, like I'm in your driveway, and he would go, "That's what you said."
He says it a lot, doesn't he?
No, but he has a
Does
lot
he-
of zingers too.
Did he say?
That's what she said.
He does.
Well,
Yeah, he does say that.
let me give you an example. Okay, I sent him over the file for today. Put in Google Drive.
That's what she said.
I say it's in there, and you know what this guy says?
What?
That's what she
Hey,
said.
that's what she said.
Wow.
That's what she said.
Always got something. How'd you enjoy your week? All right.
That was good.
Yeah, you guys walking around in your professional attire. I was like, look at these
I
guys.
went one weekend to getting cold to the next getting sunburnt. So,
Oh, it was nice.
oh my god.
Hot. I mean, for the rain showers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen,
Dude, and how about when you get home? I got home Sunday, unloaded the car,
right?
and it just starts to rain. I'm like, it doesn't get any better?
Yeah, it was
That must be
raining before we were
nice.
even gone from there. I mean, Jack, how was the black polo? Because it was all right in the red polo.
It was not. It was bad. I looked crisp, but
Oh yeah, I mean it's a good look.
I look clean.
I got home for Sunday night and mowed the grass.
Nice.
My wife, she's like, I'll mow the grass. While
What kind of
mow
mower
the-"
you got?
I got like a Simplicity or something. Riding mower with a bagger. Oh, that thing's sweet,
I
man.
got John Deere.
Oh, dirty as shit, man. I need to power wash it.
Yeah.
Real
But it-
men, real men use skags.
Real men use skags.
That's right.
Dude, that's weird.
Excuse me.
You said weird men use skags. Did you say
Don't forget
weird?
you have this here. Okay.
What is that?
By the way, no quizzing either. When you go to the pickles, just say your pickles.
No, no,
Do you know?
No,
No,
no.
he has to say.
I
Do you know
do.
who it is
This
before
is a-
every pick?
The segment, it's not guess
you know
Diego's
what we're
pickles
gonna
segment. No,
Oh no, you guys, because
just say your stupid
guys,
pickums.
no, you guys like my pickles.
No, Diego,
picks.
don't let him
Do
bully
we?
you. You
Yeah.
gotta do you, Diego. Don't let him bully you like that.
No, I'm gonna do it
yeah,
exactly
that's right,
how
that's
I
right.
do it. Yeah, we
You want
can
to keep
suck
working
it.
here. Stay off the drugs.
Oh my god. Oh, you have way too much time on your hands, Sid.
He's got something for everything now. I feel like that. How many sounds you got in there now,
Yeah.
Sid?
So
I mean, at least 100, right? I like that. And see, that was one of the
No.
original set.
This is only like 20.
No way.
Yeah, that's all.
Mhm. I'm gonna tell you what though. My pick'em game has stepped it up.
Oh, Jesus.
No, and I've missed
No,
like
I mean, it
4
kinda
races,
has,
3
though.
races because drivers don't show up,
Right.
and I'm still smacking that ass. You know what I mean?
Thanks for the new soundbite. I'll have that for you next week.
Oh yeah, man.
All right.
That's good.
Let's,
Yeah, let's.
fingers crossed, everything goes smooth this week, right?
Let's get dialed in, boys.
Dial it
Baby
in.
girl.
Dude, almost said-
we got
I
74.
was gonna say we're gonna be at 100
viewers.
viewers before the end of the intro. JP, you got a fan base.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Awesome,
saying.
dude. All
That's
the
the difference.
people are already
the di-
watching.
The JP difference.
That's the
Oh,
difference
this
right
is
there.
spectacular.
Lightning has struck.
That's right.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Man Cave for the next edition of the SID's View podcast. And we got all kinds of stuff to talk about. Could be a supersized episode. Diego's in the house. What's up, brother?
Man, this show is awesome. I am so excited to talk about the beloved bowl.
Yeah, we got a lot to get to. Our girl Reminator over here on the controls.
am I going to be the one doing this?
Well, I was going to have Nick Hubby do it, but he's still cruising down the front stretch, wondering if they're going to pull that restart back.
Yo, yo, yo! It's a beautiful Tuesday. I'm here with my boys. Let's do it.
All right, we got our man Rob down at the bullpen. Bowling shirts were on sale this week.
Hello. Can everybody hear me this week? Your man Rob is in the house. We got Seekonk, we got Waterford, we got Stafford coming up, and there's no time to waste, gentlemen.
All right, and our man Jacharias over there at the news desk. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? We got stuff from the blast off. Seekonk. You'll hear from me in a minute.
All
Let's
right,
get to
brother.
it.
All right, don't forget now, if you want to join the fun, it's always good idea if you go to youtube.com/SidsView/join, $4.99 a month. Get extra videos every Thursday. And we've had a good time creating some more content because we got our man, Johnny P. Lightning. Jon Puleo's in the house. What's up, buddy?
Thanks for having me, guys. Excited about this one. Been looking forward to this.
Yeah, we've been having a good time here. You're going to have some good stuff here later on in the week, but we have a lot to get to. And let's not forget, let's get our people from Monaco Ford on the results ticker because there was a lot to go over.
Mm-hmm.
So, Diego,
Yeah.
where do you want to start
Yo,
here?
listen, I'm going to start with, because I am the co-host,
Yeah,
I just want to give a special shout out to my daughter
yeah.
for getting after it.
Listen, Emma was
Yo,
running.
she was like the old Emma was back.
Yeah, she was running.
And I was, I get the goosebumps right now, because I love doing the show, but first and foremost, I'm Emma's dad,
Yeah.
but I'm also her crew chief, her car owner, and one of her biggest supporters, me and my wife. And so, we got in a little jingle there,
Yeah.
A little jingle.
but hey, it's part of the game. That's what I said to Emma. It's part of the
Absolutely.
game. But to be back racing hard and racing up front means the world to us. So I just got to get that off my chest right now because I'm so proud of her and the effort our team put up. But the Speedbowl is back running.
Yeah.
God, and the forecast cooperated.
Somehow.
Dude, the ACT, all these other divisions, they get rained out weekly.
I know. They've been
Stafford,
struggling. Yeah.
and then if you looked at the forecast, everybody's like, it's going to rain. It's going to rain. Dude, I got so sunburned Friday, Saturday. It was unbelievable. What a great
I know.
weekend.
I can't remember the last time the whole back of my neck was red. Doesn't happen to me a lot.
Right.
But like we were right in the weekend off.
Man,
I mean, we were already making plans for Sunday.
yeah, it felt great to be back at the bowl. Do I wish car counts were higher? Hell yeah, I do. But man, it was back. It felt really good to be back at home in beautiful weather and back racing. That's for sure.
I don't know if the car counts were terrible. I mean, the street
Yeah.
stock car
Well,
count
no,
was
that's-
bad, but
The ones I liked,
the Legends were
great.
good. The Minions
Yes.
were good. The
Yes.
SKs had a decent field, so it
Even,
wasn't
there was
bad.
more late
I was going to say the
models
late models were
than
up.
there
Right.
were street stocks.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a pretty decent late
Yeah.
model race, I'd
When,
say.
when John got here, I asked him that. When was the last time that there was more late models than street stocks at the Speedbowl? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it was great.
Well, I got a little fun thing to show you. So we were at the pit party.
Mm-hmm.
We got there early, and Austin comes over with his dad. And it's
Dude,
like,
how funny
they're
is
like,
that?
you got to come check out the truck.
Oh, the long
So we
family.
went over there and checked out the truck, and then let me see here. You know what?
And the quality was
Oh, crispy as hell.
Yeah.
crispy.
There it
Dude,
is.
look at that. Look at that. I mean,
That's awesome. I love that.
dude, Diego brought up in passing a few weeks ago that Austin might put it on the car, and I was like, or like he wanted to put it on the truck. I was like, oh, God, it's a joke. It's just a stupid joke. Then
Yeah.
lo and behold, there freaking
Dude,
is.
that
There it
was
is.
great.
I couldn't
I'm like-
believe it.
They were like, hey, start picking us and maybe you'll get on there. And I'm like, God, man.
All right, let's get right into it here. Our man Jack is fired up and ready to go. It's time for this week's weekly update. Oh, got it.
All right, want to give a big shout out to Fowler's Auto Wrecking for the weekly update this week.
Mm-hmm.
Great people over there. So we're going to start at the bowl on Saturday. Chris Pastriak won the MRS opener, his 14th career series win.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, go.
Right?
Go ahead.
I'm walking back to the back pit road is after the night. Had to deliver some shirts to the corners.
Yeah.
And here comes Charlie and his wife. And I said, hey, ain't no smiling around here. And that dude was cheesing and so happy. And I don't know the guy that works with them forever. You know what I'm talking about? The older guy for the Pastriak crew. He's been with them
Yeah.
from like day one. And they were just gleaming with pride as
Yeah,
they
it's
were
been a
walking.
long time for those guys. Yeah.
And so congratulations
Yeah.
to the Pastriak crew. Those guys have been at it for like a million years. They bring a great race car to the track
Always.
every week,
Yep.
always prepared. They pretty much dominated that race. They got
Right.
out front. I don't think they ever got pressured
Yeah.
for the win. Our guest, JP,
Yeah.
he
Tell
was
us-
running up front for a while, but he had a good weekend, though. Speed all weekend.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We never really did any open stuff. So between me, my dad, Vinny, any of us, it was like 2 weeks ago, this all came together, Vinny was like, "Hey, I got a motor. We're gonna run the MRS race."
Can you
And it's
imagine
like,
that?
Okay.
Hey, I got a motor. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for those of you that don't know Vinny, like that's how he is. Like he'll
Yeah.
do whatever it takes. So he like had it on his mind that he was going to do it, and then he was like, "Oh, we got to do it." So he made it happen. He made the whole deal happen, and I was happy for Pastriak. I paced myself off of him in the heat race, and he's been doing it for a long time. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I grew up watching him, and my spotter actually spots for him. So my spotter, of course, says it's because of him. But congrats to Cam.
Yeah.
Congrats to Cam. I guess he picked the right guy on that one. But no, it was a good learning experience. Good to be back at the bowl this weekend. And yeah, a lot of good races all weekend.
Yeah, for sure. Pastriak's though, man.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
good to see.
Oh, it's great to see it.
And his team, I would say, technically has some memorabilia here in the studio. As you know, this tire that was originally from the Pastriak team.
Oh, that's awesome. All right.
All right, so Doug Meservy Jr. won the Pro 4 mod race, increasing his series total to 5.
Those guys are just like mainstays there.
Yeah,
Right,
I mean, I don't know if Dan Meservy started the Pro 4s, but I mean, to me, the Meservy family is synonymous with that
Right?
series. Yeah,
Well, it used to be the Savory. Remember when George
yeah,
Savory?
Savory, yeah, they were, yep. for a
Oh,
long time,
Savory
yeah.
used to kick everybody's butt.
Yeah.
Now it's Meservy's turn.
Yeah.
They just really kick everybody's butt.
I was kind of about that race. I can't lie.
There was a
Pro
lot of
4s, I was
cars.
like writing it off, and then like
I'm
20
like,
of them
there's
came
another
out.
one?
Right.
I'm seeing it like there's another one. Oh
Yeah,
my
I
God,
was
there's like
surprised.
21,
Yeah.
20 something cars.
There
or
were
something.
16 of them.
Oh, that's it. It
Yeah.
seemed like more. I got the
That's
sheet
pretty
in front.
good though. For yeah,
No, definitely.
Don't do that to me. All right, go ahead.
All right,
Go
so
ahead.
in the Dwarf Car Series, Tom Hardwood won. And then in the Crown Vic, Dylan Freeman won the opening race of the season. I think Remy has.
no.
Oh.
It's Greg Prevost won the Crown Vic race.
Greg Prevost.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you know what? I don't know Greg, but I'm a fan of Greg. You know why? Because there's only 3 cars.
Yeah.
So
Do you want us to show the clip, or you want to tell the story?
I'm going to
first?
tell the story real
Okay.
quick.
All right.
This is how I was trying to get action started.
Okay.
Say to the guy in the back, the guy that started dead last. I go in his window. I don't know him. I say, I want you to hit the guy in front of you. So he's okay. So the guy in front of him is the guy that wins the race. And I said, hey, I just talked to the guy behind you. He said he's going to hit you. He goes, I love the podcast. Yeah, I like it.
Oh, man. Yeah, 3-car Crown Vic. Listen, they put on a pretty decent race,
Oh,
I'll say,
yeah.
for freaking 3 cars.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine what they could do with 6, 8. I mean, let's not get crazy here, but even 10 cars?
Take it easy, Fro.
All right.
Take
Sorry, I'm
it
getting too
easy.
excited.
All right. Well, let's. Remy's going to cue it up here. Let's have
Okay.
a look see here because it did for a 3-car race. It was cool to see
That's what I'm saying.
basically a photo finish. So, cue it up. Oh, Remy's got that screaming.
These cars are kind of cool, though.
Yeah. That's not bad. I mean, it's
Not-
yeah. That stinks that there's
I don't know how. I mean, I don't know how there's going to be more.
I know.
I mean,
But listen. I'm going to say this. Thompson had 3. I don't know if you guys watched the Thompson race, dude. They were like 3 wide constantly. I mean, like it was a lot of fun to watch
Right.
3 cars there.
yeah, that's just a series to me where, I mean, we've discussed the very strange ruling on that series before. That's kind of a limiter that's going to have to be removed. Because there's a few families there at the Speedbowl that have been open about wanting to run one, but they just can't.
Right.
all right, Greg, if you're watching, that's on me, man. I botched that one. Anyway. All
Sorry,
right,
Mr. Prevost.
So moving on to Sunday. So our guest last week, Eric Burnt, picked up his 29th career Speedbowl victory, starting from the rear after failing to make weight. Burnt took the lead after only 30 of the 74 laps total.
Can
What
we
a
talk
drive.
about that? We didn't curse someone that was on the hot seat for
I know.
once.
Bro,
Usually we.
I've been hot. I've been.
Oh yeah,
hot.
take all the credit.
bro.
We'll
Listen.
get to the pick'ems later.
Yeah, he got. So listen, Eric had a little mishap in the heat race. I don't know if you guys knew about that.
You missed weight by what, like 75 pounds?
100, I think.
Yeah.
Damn,
And
man.
they went. They
That's
went
a-
home, reset the car back up, started scratch, and marched through the field.
Yep.
It's pretty amazing, right, JP?
Didn't
Yeah.
need
From
it.
dead last
Yeah.
within 30 laps.
He was moving.
In the SK, no less.
I think almost every pass for the lead was made on the inside, which is a good sign at the Speedbowl.
Yeah, it was exciting to watch. So
I actually, I'll lean on you guys for this because I've never driven a race car, but I was curious is it just a one-off thing, or is like is it possible that the track is coming back, but everybody now is so used to and or setting up the car to run like it's a mini Thompson?
Oh,
That's what I was wondering,
we
too.
just talked about this
Yeah.
prior to the show, and he had a great.
Hit it. What do you got?
I mean, I think it's like the opener. I ran it last year, and it had grip only at the opener, and then it lost its grip again. I mean, I think it's like everyone compares it to like Mini Thompson, but like I was saying, Diego, earlier, like at least Thompson has grip on the bottom. It's just slower. So it's like at Waterford, it's like you go in on the bottom, and the front tires just go straight. Like there's nothing you can really do. But, I mean, Eric was really impressive. I mean, Talman was really impressive. I was spotting for Andrew, and he caught Andrew and passed him on the bottom.
Yeah.
There was some guys that were just really impressive on the bottom. I'm curious to see myself. I mean, if it stays or if it goes. I mean, I'd love to see the bottom come back there because when the bottom's there, I mean,
Oh, it's great racing.
So
Nothing
much
like
faster,
it. Yeah.
too.
Nothing like it. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Jack.
So in the late models, Devin Deshays wins, and then Brody Monahan finished second after pitting early and additional front nose damage. However, he was later disqualified after a post-race inspection.
So let me just tell you a little something. So obviously Palmer was not there.
Yeah.
And so during the pit party, I text my man Jags. I'm like, you guys not coming? And he said, no, Jason's actually, one of his kids was racing, and he decided to go there. I said, all right, understand. And he says, the last thing he texted me was, sleeper pick, 64 Deshays.
Oh, yeah.
Good call, Jags.
Well, no, listen, Deshays, he showed up. He was 2/10 better than the field.
Yeah, we don't see him too often, but he's usually fast when he shows up.
Yeah. Good win by those guys, that's for sure.
Yep. I was scared to put camera on that car because they got like the carbon fiber kind of looking stuff on the roof. I was like, I don't even know if it's going to stick.
All
It's
right.
like, if this falls off, I didn't install it.
Yep.
All right, moving on to the SK Lights. So Tyler Chapman won after some exciting final laps. Nick Hovey finished third, but was dominating early in the race. But like Sid mentioned in the intro, faulty restart kind of blew it for him. So
All right.
Was it a faulty restart?
Well, let's go
I
to
don't
the
know.
videotape.
That's your guy right there.
All right.
I mean, you guys call it. I mean, JP, call this. You see it right now. Ready?
He's in the gas right there.
What? What are you talking about?
I mean,
yeah, that doesn't look like a bad restart. I mean, it looks like a bad restart. Doesn't
I mean,
look like he
what-
blew. He didn't blow a
Do you have
shift
an
or anything.
outside view of that instead of the in car? That's it.
I
I mean, if you don't, it's no big deal. But
don't think I put it in the edited clip.
But yeah, I mean, I'm like, I could go on and on about this, so I don't want to roast the new race director.
Yeah, I assumed that he thought Nick blew a restart.
There was,
I mean, for what it's worth, that's not Nick's strong suit. So I almost could kind of see it.
there was. I didn't go to the drivers' meeting, but the new race director said there's going to be no fooling around in the restart zone.
Right.
Right. So I'm watching the race. Of course, Nick's my boy, and I got him in the pick'ems. So I got two reasons to root for him. So I watched the 07. They get to the new, what's it called?
I've been calling
Restart
it the
zone.
Hooters
but
restart
it's,
zone.
no, it's the Russ Holly restart zone.
Yeah.
All right.
Or something, the Durant Machine restart zone, whatever it is. Listen, I cannot blame the 07. I would have tried to do the same exact thing.
Of course.
Hovey was lightning fast. Hovey was out front, right?
It's worth a shot, and it
the
actually
only-
paid off.
We're going to talk about this later. I mean, the only way that you can beat him right now is by doing that, and hopefully they don't call it back.
Yeah.
He gets to the zone, he's gone.
The only thing about like the funny, I understand that there's no funny business on the restart, but I almost wonder, like I said, like this isn't groundbreaking news, right? But that's probably the part of Nick Hovey's game that needs the most improvement.
But they don't even shift there.
But what I'm saying is, somebody who is still trying to get their restart game up to snuff, I would think is not really the person who would play restart games.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't
You
even
know,
really.
To me, I've got a lot of passion as a race car driver, a race fan, and I watch a hell of a lot of races. If there was anybody screwing around on the restart, it was, like I said, no fault of the 07, but he went as soon as he got to the zone. That's not his, like I said, you can't blame him, but that's Nick Hovey's race to start. He led the whole race. That's
Your brother's really fired up in the
What?
chat. He needs to just
Yeah.
relax.
Oh.
Settle down, Sean.
But you know,
Jesus.
that's what he gets for leading and dominate the race. He gets a chance to start the race, and that didn't happen.
Right.
Matter of fact, by the time they even got off of 4, he was already third.
Right.
And I was like, we're watching, like the yellow's coming out, and it doesn't. The thing that sucks about it, and I said this to you earlier, JP, it sucks when a human decision, it happens all the time.
Oh, many times.
A human decision just cost you the race.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing you did wrong. Somebody just said, okay, we're going to make an example out of this right here, right now. I mean, that's just the way I'm looking at it. Who the hell am I? I'm just a race fan and a co-host on a podcast.
Right.
But it pissed me off when I watched it, right? You hate to see it happen. You don't want to take anything from anybody because if that was JP, his father would be going absolutely sick right now.
Yeah.
And if it was me and Emma, I'd be wanting to choke the race director right now.
Like that guy that went up on the stage.
Yeah, but I'm happy the race director's there. You know, they're going to have to work out some bugs, but I just couldn't believe what
All right,
I watched.
I gotta call your brother out. Sean, relax. I'm not saying that Nick did anything wrong. He got screwed. I don't even know what you're talking about, dude. Chill out, brother. Jesus.
Oh, Sean is fired.
God. Dude, know what you're talking about.
He
Jesus.
loves it. He loves it.
God.
He lives for the rage, man.
Yeah.
Chill.
So
Can't blame him.
anyways,
All right.
I mean, all right, go ahead.
We'll move on.
All right, sorry.
In the Streeters, Jordan Hadley picked up the opening day win. In the mini stock, Ray Christian III picks up his 10th career win at the Bowl.
That was tremendous.
Dude, wait,
that was
hold on.
great.
Who was the first win? Jordan Hadley.
Jordan
Welcome
Hadley.
back to the Streeters. Right? I knew that was going to happen
Right.
in that 12 car because that car is bad.
Well, at first I thought
fast.
that was Stone, and then I had,
Yeah.
had to be clarified that that's not
Yeah.
Stone. He was back to 52.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. Right.
It's been a while since Jordan has won,
Yeah.
and he's got his kids there. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. So congrats to Jordan Hadley.
He's usually fast no matter
Dude,
what he's driving.
Did you see him get in little PJ's car last year, the Streeter for the one
yeah,
race?
right.
It was
right.
great.
Yeah.
So, and then who else did you mention?
Ray Christian.
Ray Christian.
Ray
the third,
Christian. Did
yeah.
you see the chromies on that bitch? That car had a lot of purple and a lot of chrome, and the thing was bad fast.
Yeah.
Those are your two
But-
favorite things on race cars, Diego. I know
Oh
you're
yeah.
going to do it.
Oh yeah.
We have to talk a little bit more about the car count, though, no?
Yeah. That's great. Great car count.
What?
For the minis?
No. Oh, sorry. Back to the street stock.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, bad.
Dude,
it's basically
what
late
happened?
models from last. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the guys that left the Streeters went to late models, right? I mean, am I wrong in that? It just feels like a few guys got traded over.
Oh, dude.
No,
I mean, it's part of some
Gaedeke
of the.
did, but
Dude.
he's the only one, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
really?
there's like the 21. I forgot his name. He's not there. I think the 74 was a little upset right now with the way things are going. Where are the cars?
Yeah.
Where are the Streeters? They've
don't
always
know.
been.
Where was Ed Gersh?
Where was Ed Gersh?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there
Yeah, I don't
is. That's usually one of those divisions, like JP mentioned earlier. It's a must see event,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, and it's just unfortunate.
I hope they can get that division back because
Yeah.
it really bums me out.
I
that
think a
it's-
couple years they had done this. They went down, but you know, people that are watching and Speedbowl people that are in the division. I mean, these guys have some bucks.
You know,
and
it actually now, Diego. I mean, we're old, but I think we're talking like 20 years ago. Like
when they struggled,
like-
was it ever not long ago?
pre Al Stone.
God.
Like
no,
yeah.
Al Stone's been in that division for like 30.
I know, but when he first started, it was not great.
Yeah,
And then your dad came, and then Hovey, and then you had Walt Hovey and Norm Root, and then Coates came back, and then
Yeah.
Galvin came into his own, and
Yeah.
then Corey came back, and then it was
strong.
early 2010s.
yeah.
It was
You know,
nasty.
I don't know if that division kind of outpriced itself a little bit.
That's
You
what
know-
I've kind of heard from people.
Well, you know what I mean? If you don't
Right.
have a tube car,
Yeah.
you don't have a $6,000 body
Right,
on the car.
Right. And then at that point, it becomes why not just
And
throw
if
the
you
SK
don't,
Light?
if you don't
Why
think,
not?
if you don't think aero means anything, you're
Oh.
dead wrong,
Yep.
Yeah.
right?
I mean, you raced, you and your brother raced them
Right.
forever. Like, I mean, I raced with my dad doing street stock stuff. Like, we would never be able to build a street stock now because you need $60,000 to build one.
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
Right.
my favorite street stock driver to watch is John Porter. I
Right.
love watching that guy.
Oh, dude, he's
But like, for a guy like him, like, how could he take that car and compete against the 12?
right.
Or the 52 or the 80 or the 67? Like, he just wouldn't be able to. So it kind of
Right.
took that away, and it hurts because I watch that division every single week at Stafford, and they
Yeah.
have 30 cars at Stafford, 20.
But
street
because they're
stocks.
back to
Kind of reminds me of the late models when you had like Alan and Corey
yeah.
still hanging on with the G cars, but eventually, if you didn't have an act car, you can
That's
forget about
exactly
it.
what happened.
Yep.
They start squeezing you out. But, listen, the Stafford cars, a lot of those cars are tube cars now.
Yeah.
But they're not jack and bolts. They're just a little
they're
different.
not limited late models.
They're not limited.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
right,
That's the
right.
best way to put it.
And
Yeah.
it's just like, I don't, Greg Moran comes into my shop and we talked about the cost of Super X cars. And I'm like, damn, man, you could buy a turnkey Stafford street stock for almost what you could build a Super X for at the Speedbowl. There's a problem there.
Right. Well, the Super X is really what the street stocks were not too long ago, 10,
Right. No,
15 years ago.
Without a doubt.
Right.
Without a doubt. So there needs to be something done there.
You got to rein it in somehow.
Either it's now a limited late model
Right.
division in a street stock. I don't know. So hopefully they figure that out.
Because as of right now, I mean, again, I just said it, but so many people have said this to me, like, if I could run an SK Late for the same price as I can run a street stock and go compete in these big name
You
events
could.
all over the place, why the hell am I not going to do
You
that?
could.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Tyler Chapman wins the opening truck race. Remy has the clip,
Yep.
I believe. So we'll roll
Yeah,
that.
why don't we just go? Well, hold on. Yeah, all right.
You want me? This.
Well, I just think before we go to the final restart, like Chapman was checked out, and then this caution comes out, and we're like, oh boy.
Dude.
My man Mason's going, is this going to be like last year? And I'm like, we're about to find
So
out.
hold on. Before we get to this clip,
Yeah,
every restart prior to this,
yeah,
it was great to watch. I'm like, so I spot for Charlie. He's been a friend. It's our old race truck.
Yeah.
So, I'm naturally attached to the truck, and I became friends with all the BOs. They're great people.
yep.
And every restart, we're in third. Chapman goes outside to
Yeah.
start.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he's like, Charlie comes on the radio. We're talking about it. I'm like, oh, he does not, I already know what the problem is. I would do the same thing. Let's see if we can get Charlie held up so we can check out.
Yeah.
As soon as Charlie got to second, and by the way, Brad Caddick had a hell of a run going.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Dude, the Rita's ice cream on the midway, woo!
That was
Yeah.
a pretty
The
nice looking
custards,
truck.
Right.
Yeah,
That was a
and
nice
so
looking
he
truck.
ran second, picked up a flat. It's unfortunate, but soon as Charlie got to second,
Immediately
I
inside.
said, oh, here we go. So let's do it.
Yeah. And Mason pointed that out, too. He was
Yeah.
like, oh, he's going to the
Have
inside.
you seen
I
this
would,
one
too.
yet?
No, I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
you gotta
No,
see this
dude,
one.
come on.
All right.
So we can ride him up?
Uh-oh, here we go.
This is always a great battle.
Oh,
Dude, it's unbelievable.
It's the must-watch series. Or division, excuse me. Jesus.
look at this.
Hiya!
Watch this. Oh,
They're skating on ice, dude.
It's so awesome.
I love Strickland getting
Yeah,
in at
Strickland's
It's
like,
so
you know
awesome.
what?
He's
They're
like,
not the only show in
screw
town.
you guys.
yeah,
And there's Austin Long.
it was a great finish.
So
Yeah, it's-
good.
And Charlie made
All
if
right,
Strickland doesn't get in there, I was really surprised. I was spotting for Charlie,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, you know how I do my old thing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. As soon as
You were just doing it.
As soon as the 81 was up and Charlie
Right.
was in there, I'm like, oh. And then, bam, Strickland gets in there, and there goes our chance. But, Bradley, he's good, man. He showed up again. Podium
Right.
finish, top three, the return champion is back, and he put it to second. Great run by those guys. Tyler Chapman dominated the race. It was a great race at the end. It was, whether Tyler's upset or not, those guys put on a show that really
Yeah.
is a must-see event. So
Right.
I hope it doesn't get as carried away.
Yeah, we
as it
need to
did.
put out an open letter to both of them. Like,
Yeah.
let's keep this right on the edge.
Right
is
there,
where it's
right there.
perfect.
You know what
right?
I
If
can
it's
say?
10% more, it's not good, and if it's 10% or 20% less, it's boring.
Right.
But when it's right there on
yeah.
the edge of craziness, it's so
I'm going to say
freaking good.
this. The desire, Charlie's been racing a long time, so I'm going to speak on behalf of him. And he's been pretty successful the last year once he's got into the trucks. His desire to win every week is really high, and so is it the Chapman clan with Bo Norman setting up the truck and stuff. They show up. They make you be better.
Yeah.
If you're not going to show up and be better, then, so hope they can keep that tight. But damn, I appreciate them racing and putting on a show for all of us.
So listen, I didn't know if we were going to go down this path again, but
Oh, I know what this
I
is.
mean, I think we might have to.
What is that?
Well, I'm just
Oh,
saying.
don't tell me the Chapman. Oh, my God.
We might have to, right?
Jeez, it's
I mean,
back.
once I saw that Tyler was going SK racing, I said, well, he's not, if he gets a win, that would not be surprising, but I don't know if he's going to rattle off multiple ones. But
Right.
now he's down there in the SK Light.
Oh, yeah.
So listen, we'll have some fun with that as long as it's
Yeah,
entertaining.
I'm glad to see that.
Yeah.
I got to give Truck Chapman a second chance.
Right.
And, I was really worried, too, after the trucks last year that it was kind of like lightning in a bottle to an extent with the division, but they're already proving that it's not.
And there wasn't even a lot of them. I was
It
shocked.
wasn't. It's still a must-see show. It still is.
There was only about 10, or maybe there was 11 of them. I was a
I thought
little.
it was a dozen, right?
I was a little bummed, but man, they still put on a great show.
I mean, did they get that many more than that last year, though? Like, not really.
I thought there was usually 15. I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, good show though. Thanks, guys in the trucks. Appreciate it.
All right, so Brandon Martinez won the Legend Car feature, and that wraps it up for the stuff at the bowl. So moving on to Seekonk.
Oh, that was nice, Jack. Way to hit the meme there.
So, all right. So in the pro stocks, Vinny Arenagato captured his first career pro stock win. Nick Lascola was first to cross the checkered flag, but was later disqualified after a post-race inspection. Luke LeBrun kicked off his title defense with a win in the late models.
He's nasty.
Yeah, he is.
Luke LeBrun is nasty.
LeBrun.
Scott Sarandinsky Jr. Captured the opening day win in the what's it called? Sportsman. Sorry, can't read my own abbreviation. And then Mike Cavallero best out Rick Martin in the opening sports.
Well, listen, it would not be an episode of the Sid's View podcast if we didn't show a clip from the Seekonk Sportsman division now, would it?
That's very true.
No, they didn't have any standout. They had some good racing.
Yeah.
But there was not really any things, not wild wreck or anything like that. But we found a lap or two of just some, what we'd like to say is classic Seekonk Sportsman racing.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, let's have a look-see.
Number 4 up on the throttle. They come. Green flag is underway.
And those cars are kind of funky.
They've
looking
got a
like that.
great field of cars, though.
Yeah, amazing car count.
Saradinsky picks right up where he left off, sets the pace down the back stretch.
Listen,
and
you know-
look at Benoit up on the outside, even up with the 0-5 of Nick Brightman.
Out front.
Here they go.
Saradinsky has
Looking
all
for
the
3
handles.
wide.
He's going
Oh,
to check
man.
everybody up behind him here. That is going to
That's
be
a
a
hornet's
traffic
nest
jam
now.
off, too. That's going to allow
That 38's got his hands full,
Skip
it looks
away
like.
with the lead down into 3 and 4.
And while he skips
see
away
how
with
he
the
does
lead,
here.
everybody on the binders, and Jeremy Lambert dives underneath, takes over the number 2 spot,
Oh,
heading
another
down
Lambert?
into turn 1. Now sets his sight
Oh, look
top
at
the double
Petty.
D.
That was the
Colby
guy I
Lambert
picked.
down low as well. Nick Brightman up on the outside, 3 wide through turns 3 and 4.
Off of turn 4.
Just great stuff,
They've
man.
got good announcers, too.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to get down there and just watch a race. I've only been I went
Well,
last year.
you're gonna go to
Yeah,
Wednesday.
but we've, it was for working, an event. I would love to just go and watch.
Yeah, we should make it a day.
I would. It's not too bad of a drive, right?
Yeah, no, it's good. We should. I went to the finale of the championship weekend, man. I said I gotta go.
I'm down
Right.
for that.
Yeah, man, it was cool. Had an ice cold beverage.
Okay.
All right, last thing here. So, like Diego said in the opening, the Wheelman Modified Tour, the Act Tour, and the Pass Tour all got rained out this weekend. We got lucky at the bowl. You're doing something with your ear.
Oh no, I'm nervous.
So, so for the Wheelman Modified Tour, it was postponed to Saturday, or it was postponed Saturday. There's no makeup date, but their NASCAR, as well as the promotion that puts on the event, is determining a date, and it will be announced later in the week. The Community Bake 150 at Thunder Road was moved to June 1st. And the Stearns and Daughters Pass 150 at Oxford Plains will be announced on a future date soon by Oxford Plains.
I couldn't believe there wasn't more. I mean, they had a decent. How many MRS cars did you have? About 20 or so?
Yeah, I think around 20. Somewhere
Yeah,
around
I
20.
thought when they postponed the wheel-in
17.
race, 17, I thought when they postponed the wheel-in race early that there was a possibility that some boys would come down.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
Yeah, I was a little bummed that there were certain faces that I thought would be there that weren't. But yeah.
Anyway, that's it for the weekly update.
All right.
So-
Well done as always, my friend. Reminator, get yourself ready. It's time once again for the Waddell Communications Nostalgia Nugget of the Week.
That was harmonious.
You like that?
American Idol, here we go.
It sounded like it was coming out of a stadium speaker.
Well, listen, it was a busy week here at Vault Productions. I got to, it was good late in the day today when I'm like, what am I going to do for Nostalgia Nugget? And I looked into my files and I realized that, can you believe that it has been 12 years already since they had the Steve Barrett Racers for a Soldier? 12 years ago.
Wow.
May 4th, 2013. And I thought we could play a little clip. Now, that was also the first Inside the Vault, the documentary series that I just did the 4th episode on, which was Mike Stefanik. And the first episode was with Steve. So I interviewed Steve, and I interviewed his wife, Teresa, and Jeff Windsor, who I actually saw at the...
Yeah, I can't believe I've seen him
Yeah,
there,
he was in the house. And Julie... and Pete Pollard and Ben. There's a lot of people. So there's a little clip here that we'll play from the Inside the Vault series, which was basically about how they snuck around and refreshed his motor that he had in his car. That and he found out. Go ahead, Rams. Just play the clip.
And then came home and had the big reunion with the kids.
When he came home, his motor was gone. If he notices the motor's gone,
I kept him out of the garage. And there was a reason I kept him out of the garage. I knew that if he went into the garage, he would find his race motor missing.
You like that music, huh? It's very inquisitive.
Teresa had been at work.
Sophisticated.
I was at the house. I'd stepped outside into the garage, just kind of looking down at wrecked car parts, pieces everywhere. And I had another motor that was kind of a backup, and it was sitting on a stand and had been sitting on a stand when I left. I had also pulled my primary engine, and that had been sitting on a stand. And I realized when I was standing there looking at everything, there's a motor missing. I'm convinced that my engine is missing. So I called Teresa.
I get a panicked phone call from this man. He's like, so I'm in the garage, hon.
My engine's gone. What happened while I was deployed? My engine is gone.
Like that, I thought. And I'm like, honey, it's okay. I knew that you weren't going to have time, and I knew you wanted to try and get back to racing this season. I sent your motor out to Gary Espinoza at Larry's Motors to get refreshed and ready for the season for you.
That was fantastic. What a woman.
All right, so if you haven't checked it out, go check that out. It's the first episode of the Inside the Vault series. But I want to ask you guys, would you freak out if you went into the shop and your motor was missing?
I would have lost it.
I love his face there. It's like he even talking about it years later. It was
He's
like driving him nuts.
Dude, I would have called my wife immediately. Like, who's been in the garage?
Right, exactly what he did. Right, yeah. So, anyways, that was a lot of fun. If you've seen the episode of Sid's View, which was basically the on-track ceremony, which was also a really cool episode, but there was a lot more to that story. There's more to Steve's career, just serving our country and that kind of thing. It's a really cool episode. So it's about 45 minutes long. That being said, it's time to carry on with the show. Our man Rob is ready for the Popcorn Stat Chat.
All right, gentlemen, you ready for some, as Sid said, inquisitive questions here on the Who's Your Tiree Stat Chat?
Yeah.
was like, what the hell are you talking about? Everyone went silent. Anyway, here we go. Many point to in the SK mods at Waterford, right? They're pretty hard to race, right? It's hard to pass. You're starting outside of the top 8. You're really not getting to the front just because the bottom line, the past few years has not been great.
Yeah.
But as we saw this Saturday, there's just pass after pass after pass on the bottom. So I ask you guys, if suddenly the bottom lane by some, force of nature, I don't know if it's the track wearing, rubber's getting laid down, comes back to life, would you think that those cars that left for that reason would actually return?
You might.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. I mean, listen, DiMatteo said it right here when he sat here.
Yeah.
I don't go back because you can't start outside the handicap and win.
Yeah, but I think the problem, you can't assume they're all going to come back, and some people are just going to realize that they like another place better. I mean, you don't want that to be, but there is I don't think everybody you lost for that reason, I don't think you would get them all back, sadly.
But if you've gotten a few guys back, like let's just say DiMatteo started making his, because you remember Mikey Christopher used to come down,
Right.
DiMatteo used to come down. Our hot seat guest tonight used to race a lot there.
Mm-hmm.
These guys all have multiple cars, right? I think if they came back and started doing it, you would, even if you didn't see him weekly, if you seen DiMatteo for like 2 weeks straight, he didn't come back, and then Christopher, all of a sudden, it's going to be like, hey, maybe we should all go run down there more often.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what you can hope for. Just a thought. Just a thought.
Well, I got 2 more for you. Which race would you rather watch? Okay, and this is not an entirely original idea, so I'll give Sid some credit here. A 30-car race where 4 cars realistically have a shot to win, or a 12-car race where 9 of them have a shot to win.
What do you think?
Me? I don't know. I hope the 4 cars start outside the top 10. I'll take the 30 car field.
Really?
I'd go the latter. I'd go, you put the more competitiveness. I feel like better action, better entertainment value, bang for your buck. Yeah.
12 with 9? That sucks.
Yeah, but then I
guess it's good. I mean, you get 9 guys battling
But then
That's
it's
fine.
just quality. Like it's
Yeah, I mean, I could see, because then maybe you're not getting the wrecks, the spins.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Getting
just
a lot of-
clean.
But
good
it's
racing.
fun to watch a kid like JP come from 22nd to try to win.
Right.
Well, I'm not denying that. I'm just
Right? I mean, that's whether you got some shit box in front of you and he's got to pass him, right? And you got to work around a guy. It's fun to watch guys drive. Like, you have to pass cars. And
I mean, it was great to watch Eric Byrne drive.
how many? Yeah.
But
Eric from the back. So
Yeah, exactly.
How many cars? I should be on my notes. There was
17?
17 mods.
Yeah.
Dead last, 17 mods. You guys enjoyed that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say so. At a certain point, though, it sort of depends on the configuration of the track.
What would our guest say? I'm interested to hear what he would have to say about this.
I would go with the most cars you could possibly get.
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
Really, like Stafford every week, like you always have a chance no matter where you start. But like at the same time, it's like you face different battles. So like some weeks you'll have a really good guy, a really like a front row in the heat race, but a good
Right.
front row in the feature. Like they do it right in the heat race too. So it's like you might have to deal with a guy in a heat race, maybe not deal with him in the feature, but
Right.
it just makes for great racing. I mean, even the guys that start up front, like they come and they go. I mean, like you could start up front in a competitive field like an SK or an SK light field at Stafford and fall back and come back up.
Oh,
I mean,
that was proven last week by you.
yeah, I mean but that's what makes it fun.
Right.
I mean, when you have that many cars, like when I was racing last week at Stafford, like there was at any point 15 cars that could have won. It was whoever was on the bottom really at the end.
Yeah, I'm for the more cars for sure.
I think when I brought it up to Rob, it was, I mean, yeah, I think, as a fan, when you come on and there's 30 cars and you're more excited for that race than one for 10.
No
Right.
doubt.
But I think what I was thinking of is like, if you're watching like a pack of 6 cars, that's what you're watching. If they're battling the whole race, a 20-lap race, and those 6 cars are battling, does it really matter if there's any other cars in that race?
What about the other 24 cars that are driving their butts off sideways for one spot?
Yeah.
I mean, just because
Right.
they're not moving forward, that's fun to
Right.
watch too.
Yeah, I agree completely. I would take the bigger field because I mean, it's
Right,
the
I mean-
mid-pack battles. They matter. I mean, sometimes like even if it's 6 competitive cars, it's gonna get
I
strung
mean,
out.
because you guys know how bad
Right.
I block, right? Could you imagine me at like 8th?
Right.
All these guys coming up on me like,
Right in
oh,
the
this
mix.
is going to be good. This is going to be good.
I mean, I'm just thinking like, imagine you go to Thompson, right?
yeah.
And it's a 12-car race. At a certain point, like
It's boring.
it's gonna get boring.
It's boring.
And if you got 30, like at least the leader runs away. It's like, all right, well, 2 of these lap guys
Well, you
can
know,
get together.
sometimes you watch the back
Right.
guy. He's all by himself. He's like smoking the rear tire off the car. You're like,
Right.
oh, look at that guy.
Hey, that'd be me if I was racing.
This guy's out there. Oh, he's out to lunch, and you're watching him.
I'd be me.
Right.
I'd be in the car singing Beastie Boys songs,
Right.
and flipping around. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be
I mean,
fine.
I think a perfect debate is like, do you guys enjoy watching SK racing at Stafford or 604s at Thompson more?
Right.
Like, really, it's the same debate. Like, which one do you guys enjoy
I
watching
agree.
more?
Right.
No, yeah.
I mean, you could say SK
No,
Light
that's
last
true
year,
because
right? Right.
the 604s are just like that.
Right.
There's like 4 or 5 of them that are really strong, right? And that field's relatively short, right? What is there?
Yeah,
10?
there's like 12, but like really half the field could win
right.
any given time. But like at Stafford, I mean, there's 25 guys that could win. You know,
Right.
and I think that makes it more exciting. And even the guys that aren't really like sometimes top guys, they start up front. You get hung up mid pack. I mean, there's 10 to go. You never
Oh,
know.
you got a shot.
Yeah, anyone has
Oh,
a shot.
you got a shot then.
But isn't that just more like with the 9 to 12? Like that's just a bigger number, bigger. I feel like the 12 to 9. What Julio said? Like, what am I saying? Like, if you have at Stafford, never mind.
Chuck, what the hell's going on
That's it.
over there?
We give him the hook.
Give him the hook.
That's it.
I love you, Jack.
I lost my train of thought.
Sometimes,
No, like
sometimes
if it's a bigger field with bigger competition, I feel like that also equals the 9 competitive with the 12 car
Yeah,
count.
maybe.
It's just that's what I meant to say.
well, sometimes the guy running 25th gives you the caution you need. I mean,
That's true.
like
Let's tighten
You
them
don't
up.
want it to be 9 perfect cars that are all spread out. What the hell's happening?
Right.
I mean, if it's 4 guys driving away and
But
you got
just don't want to
20
be
lap
you don't-
cars in front,
You
like,
don't want to be the guy leading and be like, "Oh my God, he spun out! Damn it!"
Right.
right.
Yeah, just from a fan perspective, I definitely would say I don't know, I'm more excited if 30 cars drive out than 12. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's something to be said for
That's a
the
good
visual
question.
flow of it all.
I'm for more cars. Let's just end it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm for more cars too. I think, and I don't. Maybe there is no point because I often say things that don't have a point. But I guess what I'm saying is, like John, if you're at Thompson, right, and you and Rocco and Todd Owen and Danny Cates are battling it out, right? Does it matter if there's 2 cars behind you or 17 cars behind you? I think that's what my point is. You know, you really only need something to watch. The car count, I think, matters.
I think in that point, it doesn't matter for him.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter for the fans either because that's what they're watching. They're watching that battle. If there's 4 cars battling for the lead, that's what you're watching. It doesn't matter how many cars are behind them. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know. At least when you have more cars, there's more room for error too. Like I remember last year, this was
Right.
before like Todd got into the 604 and stuff. Like it was me and Keith at a race. We were like gone, and I broke the distributor, and like Keith won by like literally half a track, and like
Right.
everyone just left. Like at Stafford, like if you're leading and you break, like there's 14 other guys. Instead
they're
of
gonna eat
15,
you
there's
up.
14.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like
That's a great point.
I got one answer to this.
Okay.
More cars, more butts in the seats.
Yeah.
Ba-ding.
No,
More-
true story.
More cars.
Yeah.
Right?
I think we're all for more cars.
Okay.
Yep. All right, I got one more, and I do see some people saying in the chat there are apparently rumors that Tyler Chapman is only aiming to run that one race.
The truck? That'd be disappointing.
It would be, but let's pretend for a second that that's not the case. Okay.
I made the fancy graphic and everything. Come on.
I
dude.
know. Could you imagine?
Get your ass
We were
back
so
at the track.
hyped.
Yeah, right.
I agree.
Chapman's got to keep
Right.
running.
I'll crack the whip too. Either way, are people right to assume that the Chapman and Beal drama is going to be as insane as it was last year, or is officiating kind of going to put that one out before it gets started?
Well, I feel like the dynamic at the Speedbowl is unique, so I don't know which is which. And some tracks, the officials and the promoter is not the same person. Other tracks they are, but there is, I think there should be a little bit, you got to know what a show is. And right now, the best show at the Speedbowl is the rivalry between those two guys.
No doubt.
And you can't let, inmates run the asylum. You can't let it get out of hand. But you also, like, I know in our section of the stands, we were going nuts when that restart came. It's like, okay, let's giddy up. Like, it was the best excitement of the day.
Right.
And that's important for your product. You know what I mean?
I mean, at a certain point, you got to know what's good for you.
I'm going to say this too, only because, I mean, I'm actually part of it because I'm Charlie Spotter. I don't drive the truck.
Yeah.
But, even Chapman gets out of the truck.
Chad would win every time if you were driving.
And probably.
Damn.
But Chapman gets out of the truck and he says, he can't even wreck me and my truck's broken.
Yeah.
Right? So he just, it's like this back and forth.
Yeah.
It's not like, does Charlie get rougher with Chapman? Yeah, maybe sometimes when Chapman gives it back. But then Chapman talks. Charlie gets pissed, goes back and gets, it's just a back and forth game these guys have.
There's rival. There's it reminds me of like old school Rondo Stewart. I know that.
Oh yeah.
I know one side claims it's not a rivalry, but Bruce and Timmy. These were two. They were pairings that didn't like each other, and I don't think Charles and Tyler are gonna have beers in the parking lot anytime soon.
No. Yeah, but
that makes the rivalry more intense as a fan.
It feels real.
Yeah,
it is real.
Right.
It is real, and it's like I told you before. I mean, we've discussed this so many times. I mean, it puts people in the seats.
Yeah.
They are must-see events. I mean, the SKs used to get kind of like that with Teddy and Keith, whoever he had going on.
Yeah.
Right.
They would put a show on the front. I mean, people were booing Teddy, and it was just mayhem.
Right. Yep.
I know you were a kid when that stuff used to happen. You'd be watching probably like, oh, my God. And then they'd be booing Ted, booing Keith. It just never ended. It was great.
I missed that element with this, a little off topic, but I missed that element with Keith. Back in his heyday, he was so good. And, that race that your brother had against him was epic. Craig Lutz's first win was over Rocco. That was epic.
Right.
Tyler Chadwick had a couple battles with him. Teddy had a couple battles with him in the DePisa car. And, he was so good that it elevated. He didn't necessarily have a fierce, the Teddy thing's its own animal. But whenever your brother, Tyler, Craig, whoever stepped up to duke it out with Rocco, that race, I mean, I go back and watch that race with your brother and the in-car from Tyler that was behind him. Yeah. And I feel like, and it's part of how I mix the audio, but like you can feel the energy in the grandstands as you're watching the in-cars. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no doubt.
Racing does not get any better than that. And there is an element of that excitement when these two get together,
we're talking a lot about it, which is great, but for the most part, I mean, they really don't wreck each other. I mean, at the end of the last year, it started coming to an head at the very end.
Yeah.
But that was all year. Nobody had to put clips in their car. Maybe somebody got spun out every now and then. And I know Charlie was on the end of it leading the long race.
Might be the missing steering wheel here and there. But yeah.
But I mean, they're not junking each other. They're always racing super hard.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just great.
That's short track racing at its best.
Right. Yeah, it's great to watch.
Yep.
So, all right, well, let me ask you guys this, right? This is especially for, the drivers in here. I mean, former, I guess.
Former.
Well, sometimes you get out there. We could leave the former off. I mean, are you making a start this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
At some point.
Can
I pick myself in the pick'ems?
I suppose. I mean, do you really think you're going to win that, though?
Yes, Rob.
Okay. Well, please. By all means. I mean, let me know, though, so I can pick
All right, let's your next question.
All right. So, Bond's made a great point. They're hitting, right? They're banging doors. It's a great show, but they're not wrecking each other, right? I mean, if you're a driver out there, like, what is the detriment to them wrecking every week? And then, if they were to let it slide, like, what would be the ramifications of that going forward?
I got an answer. You got an answer?
Yeah, I think I do.
I do too.
All right, go for it.
I'll let our guest go first.
Yeah, please, JP.
I mean, I think it's great for the whole track that they race like this. Personally, I mean, if you put a kibosh to that, I mean, there's really no other like rivalries. I mean, the closest one I guess you say last year was like the mini stocks with like the 42 and the 25. But like, how do you not promote that? Like, that's awesome. And like talking to the other driver's standpoint, another guy won the championship due to them battling this hard.
Right.
So, like, the 84, like, I don't think he was good enough to win the championship last year straight up, like, heads up.
Right.
But because of them going for just wins, throwing haymakers, he ends up squeaking through. Now, neither of them won. I mean, yeah, they say they won the battle, but the 84 won the war, and that would have never happened if this battle didn't, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're carrying it into this year. If it was that much of a problem, they would have moved out of the division, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I love the way they race, and I think they should just continue to do what they do. I don't think it's anything harmful, I mean, I think it's what every racetrack wants.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You know what else happens, too? I could tell you this because I'm up in the spotter's box. And everybody is either on one side or the other.
Yeah.
I'm talking about other cars and teams.
Yeah.
Oh, they're getting tribal with
So
it.
they'll be spotters up there, and I'll be like, yo, just don't get in our way. I say shit like that.
You're making threats.
No, I do. They're like, you guys are going to race clean? I'm like, well, just don't get in our way. It'll be all right.
No, come on, Diego. You can't say that.
No, I do.
No, it's bad.
But I'm just joking. But I just play right into that whole game, too.
Yeah.
Because the drivers in all the divisions, you don't think the Austin Longs and the Bradleys and their parents and the Kutsus and all these guys aren't aware of what's happening. And then when these guys are coming through the field after each other,
Yeah.
this is the one bad part. They don't want to be a victim of their games.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? That's the only sad part. If somebody ends up getting destroyed because these two go at it, then there's a problem.
Well, that's when
Right.
the complaints start getting louder. I mean,
Right.
right now they're pretty quiet.
But everybody, I'm going to tell you this, everybody in a division, one of their parents or spotters has an eye either on the 81 or the 30 the whole time.
Yep. I mean,
Right?
I'm sure it was like that in the street stocks.
And
a
all
couple
it
years in
takes,
Stafford. Ira Waterman.
is one little peck from one of those drivers to their driver,
Right.
and they are pissed.
Right.
Yeah, we'll be talking about these guys
Yeah.
hopefully later on in the
Hopefully.
year.
I
Yeah.
mean, it seems like it's kind of up in the air whether or not he runs. But Chapman, if you're listening, man, I mean, this is the story.
Yeah,
of the ball.
he's got to keep coming
You
back.
gotta.
It's great
Yeah.
for the Speedbowl.
Absolutely. Yeah, so sorry to throw a little impromptu stat chat at the end there. That was kind of on the fly.
Oh,
but
you love
that's
it.
the stat chat. Yeah, I'm not sorry at all.
All right, my man. Well done as always. It's time for another glorious edition of the Mid-State Site Development Did You Know segment. Here we go. All right, so as we have said before, it was quite the hustle. These days with the podcast and the Speedbowl running on Saturday, I've just been editing my face off. Came down here. Remy's always the first one to get here, and we had a lot of work to do. And one of them was for a Did You Know? So, but listen, it always works out because we're watching the Seekonk sportsman race. And our good buddy Kevin Boucher over there. You said earlier how they have great announcers, and they do. Kevin's great. But did you know that during the sportsman race on Sunday, Kevin channeled his inner Reminator?
Oh boy, let's hear.
Let's go to the
You're gonna
videotape.
Put him on blast.
Let's go to the
Oh
videotape.
my goodness.
Did you know? It's just
As
a
there's
hit tape
8
now.
laps to go here in our sportsman feature event.
Correct.
No
way. Number 38, and it looks like he is dropping fluid.
What's
So listen.
out of the race.
So my man Kevin, so this is it's actually, I'm not putting him on blast as much to say, like, when you're announcing live,
Right.
you got to make it happen. You get
got
tongue
one
twisted,
take. It's all one take.
get out of it, maybe get a
funny.
chuckle, and you
Right.
just keep going. You know what I mean?
That's
No,
funny.
he played it off really well. I
We
would say
were,
extremely
we
well.
were we were setting stuff up in here, and that's when we go over the clips, and we were just playing the sportsman race, and
Yeah.
he said that I was like, oh, that might be the Did You Know right there. He just got all Reminators
That
on
is
us.
funny.
All right, Diego, settle in because we know how much you get excited about this. It's that time once again.
All righty. One of my favorite parts of the show. I want to thank Ed Marcel, Firewood and Land Clearing for the viewer mail segment. Now, we've had a few emails this week, and I'd like to share them with y'all. You guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right. This one comes from my godson, Brandon Modena. Now, this kid's a lifelong racer.
Is he really your godson?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Wow.
He's a lifelong race fan at the Waterford Speedbowl. Tommy Silva's nephew, Mason Silva's cousin.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Woo! All right, this is a really for true question for right now.
For true question.
Yes.
Oh.
Is it time? Is it time?
For true question.
Put that on your thing.
Yeah.
Is
okay.
it time for the street stocks at the Speedbowl to convert to trucks and let the trucks take the spot as the premier division at the bowl? This also might fall into the topic of taking Wednesdays and moving the Super X to Sportsman's on a Saturday and combining the X cars with the mini stocks. Boom. If not, changing the Crown Vic rules and allowing experienced drivers to race. Now, there is a lot of questions.
That was like
there.
5.
A lot of questions, but a lot of valid points.
Right. No, I mean, I'll break down my ideal for you. I would love to see the Super X cars get a spotlight on Sunday. That's some of the best racing you can currently see there. I mean, that could be the new street stocks. You want to rebrand it? That's the street stocks.
Yeah.
Streeters, I'm not sure what the hell you do with those guys because they're kind of limited late models categorically.
And kind
everywhere
of
else.
like trucks.
And kind of like trucks. You want to stay at the bowl? I'm down with the convert to the trucks idea, right? But that's another cost on top of division where the guys already kind of feel like they're spending too much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you do with that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, JP, you've been going. I mean, do you have anything about the Crown Vics? What do you think about that? What do you think about the rules of the Crown Vics? Should they let JP Puleo get in one?
No, but they should let Eddie.
Yeah.
That'd be tremendous.
Yeah.
I mean, my Vinny and my dad, they talk about getting one. They want to get a Crown Vic, and they want to let everybody on the crew have like one crack at it throughout the year. I think it'd be fun.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I think they should let like some experienced drivers try them. I mean, maybe not like full time, but like, I mean, how cool would it be if like we were able to get like the 2011 like street stock roster to like all join a Crown Vic race, or like, like the Waterford SK guys get to run Crown Vics for a day. Like, I would love to like wreck Andrew in a Crown Vic.
Right.
Like, I would like. I mean, it's awesome. You could like flip them back over, and then go to the gas station down the road with it.
Right.
Like, all in one. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're cool. I think they'll grow a little bit more. It's kind of hard to get people to commit to like have like a race team that's a Crown Vic. Like, it's kind of hard.
Right. A great
Especially
comparison.
every Saturday.
No, for sure. But what I would love to see happen, I don't know if you guys, this is like, allegory that might be lost on people like Sydney over here, but let me tell you, the truck series used to be kind of half rookies.
Yeah.
It would half be the veteran guys, right?
Yep.
Like the old heads, they're gone from Cup. They come back to trucks just for the love of the game. I'd love to see the Crown Vics evolve into that kind of a division.
You know what might work? I mean, I had this thought sitting in the stands watching them. You know, we all know that Bruce Beamer isn't broke, right?
I mean, yeah, is it even a secret?
It's not a secret. You know what would be awesome? If they took it upon themselves to get a booster to the division and almost paid somebody that was willing to do it to build like 10 cars.
Right.
And either A, have people buy them at half price to build a division, or put ex-champions or people in the cars to race weekly.
Rent them out. There's your Waterford rent a race car.
Right? It would be a lot of fun to get
agree.
the series going, because once somebody likes it and gets bitten, they're like, damn it, I'm going to build one of these things, because
Right.
I'm sick of renting this thing every other week.
Well, all I ever hear is that they're fun to race. But the other thing I hear is I can't even run it because of the rules.
Yeah,
So
I'm not sure. I don't know if we answered the question there for Brandon about the trucks. I mean, that'd be tough. It's a costly thing, but there obviously has to be something done there, especially that the Super X's are bordering the lines of costs of what streeters. I mean, in some facets. I mean, these guys are building big bodies and stuff for the streeters, but the Super X motors are more than what the streeter motors are, pretty much. These guys are paying. At least the top tier teams. There's a problem there. Right, that has to be curbed. Either they're moving up, can't have two divisions spending close to the same money.
The other thing is I don't like is that they created the Crown Vics and they didn't get rid of another division.
Yeah.
Like, we already have too many divisions.
I don't even know why, honestly. I know they're trying to do stuff different, but to pretty much put them on every Saturday.
No good.
Wow.
They should be like once a month.
or once a month, or maybe twice a month until they get built up. Once a month would be great.
The only thing I'll say that, but see, times have changed, so it's different. But like, what is now the street stock division debuted in 1988 as a
there was only like
division
3 cars
with
then.
4.
Right.
There was 4
I
cars.
remember I was there.
And the late model
Right.
division debuted in 1977 as a street stocks, and that was a 3-car race.
Right.
Right.
And in both cases, before the end of the year, they had full fields. And the street stocks that are now the late model division, by the end of the year, had the biggest car count at the track. Now, there's only 3
Right.
divisions then. But obviously times are different now, and I just don't think that it's going to grow like that.
Right.
But what I don't like is, oh, well, we need to have more cars, so let's try to have these cars here. Let's try to have these cars here.
Right.
And then, they've already kind of gone down this path too far.
Yeah.
And there's just way too many divisions.
Right,
So
right.
I don't know what the answer is. Some sort of conglomeration of what was suggested
was a
there.
good one.
You like that?
Right.
But I mean, if they put out a press release and said, "Hey, next year we're the trucks, the street stock division is going away, and you can go truck racing or late model racing or go down to the."
I don't think
Crown
they
Vics
could ever get rid of the street stock division.
At least not the street stock name.
I mean, they
You can't.
It'll never happen.
Right.
It's been a staple at the Speedbowl forever.
That doesn't matter.
I think
Yeah.
it needs to be retooled. I mean, obviously, it needs to be
Yeah.
retooled. I'm sort of curious as to why the Crown Vics weren't sort of prototyped as like a Wednesday show. And by all means, I am not saying that Wednesday should be like a dumping ground for like these
No,
weird
that's a good
ideas.
point, though.
Yeah.
But like, if you're asking me whether the Crown Vics or the Super X deserve to be at the Sunday show, it's kind of hard for me to not say the Super X. I
Right.
think that would be one of the better shows on Sunday if they ran
Yes,
Sunday.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree. Great question. Okay, this next one, question. The sender wanted the name remain anonymous, so
Okay.
we're going to do that
okay.
for them. It was obvious there was some controversy in the SK Light restarts at the Speedbowl. In your opinion, when is it and when is it not appropriate to call a false restart? Example, missed shifts, playing around in the restart box, car failure. What do you guys think, and what's your opinion? Well, pretty much asking about the Hovey restart situation, I feel like.
Well, yeah. I mean, what else would they be talking about?
I mean,
how do you know? And this could be a stupid question. Again, I've never driven a race car. How do you know when someone blew a shift?
Right.
Can you tell?
Yeah, they launch.
So they start
and they go to
and
shift, and they just stop, and
Yeah.
they don't go.
Yeah, that's true, right? You're gonna have a little jolt of momentum and then stop, which is not what Hovey did.
That's not what happened at all.
Right.
You
Well,
know?
the first question is like this. It's always appropriate to call a bad restart, isn't that? I would
Yeah,
think, right?
I
think
think
it's just about what's defining a bad restart.
And-
Is
and-
blowing a shift?
Well, listen.
Should that be a?
If the 07, we're just talking about that restart in general, right? If the 07 jumps and Nick says, "Oh damn it, I better go," and loses and decides to go with him, that's a good start.
Right. So like,
Is it? Really?
Well, no. If Nick goes right after him and Nick says, "Oh shoot, I screwed up, I better go with him,"
right.
that's different.
Well-
but if he just launches and Nick never moves, how is that a good
All right, well,
restart?
then someone's got to clarify for me because, again, like I said, I've never driven a race car. Like, what counts really as a good start? Because I was always under
Ask
the
JP.
impression it was leaders got to fire first.
He had to do it
as
last
long as
week
he's
a bunch
in the
of
gas
times.
first. Yeah, JP. What
I
is
mean,
it?
I think like with that situation, I think they thought he missed a shift. I mean, the 07 did what he had to do to win the race because no one was
Exactly.
beating the 16 straight up.
Right.
So he did what he had to do. Hovey was trying to draw the start, I feel like, and he wasn't shifting, which I feel like if you're on the front row, you have to shift. So I think what really gave it away, like to the race director, I can't speak for him, but
Yeah.
from what it probably looked like Nick just missed a shift. But really, I think the 07 went when he felt like he had to go to beat him, and he shifted, and Nick didn't, and it looked like, holy shit, like
Yeah.
he's way faster. But obviously because he shifted and Nick didn't, and then Nick tried to draw the start, and it ended up kind of, I mean, it I guess should have been called back.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have to see an outside angle of it really to see it better, but I mean, the 07 did what he had to do to try to win. Nick was trying to do what he could do to get a restart back. I'm sure if he could do it back again, he would do something different.
Yeah.
And I just think these two had a great battle last year, and I think it's going to be all year this year at Waterford. So I think they know they're like the top two, and it was just the beginning of what they're going to be putting together all year.
Yeah, you're probably right. Now, wasn't it used? And I guess this would actually be to who the race director is. I don't think this is like a written rule.
Yep.
But I feel like if that was to happen, what happened in the SK Light race, they would call it back and give hubby a warning if they thought he was playing games. Like, I was surprised.
I mean, if they thought he was playing games, but I mean, listen.
I don't know what was said in the driver's meeting.
I don't either. But
well, that's the other thing. I mean, what's playing games? Like, is it just laying back? Because I know they try that.
But it's almost like you have that warning there because that was not a great start for the fans, right? Because it's uneven, right? And then so everybody, if you're on the outside in Tyler Chapman's lane, you love that call. If you're hubby or you're stuck behind hubby, you think that call sucks.
Right.
Right. So it's a messy start. And so just on that altogether, it should have been called back and issued a warning. And if they thought hubby was playing games, you give him the warning, but at least it's almost like you get a mulligan there.
To me, though, I mean, even if I didn't love Nick, I can't even see where he screwed up.
Yeah.
I can't even see where Nick screwed up. They got to the box. So this is no knock on Chapman because the dude is nasty. He's nasty. Nick knows he's nasty. It's got to beat him off.
Yeah, I mean, I see it with Chapman is he took a chance. I'm going to take off here.
Yeah. How many times have we done that?
Yeah.
How many times
and if
has
they
his
don't,
father
they don't.
said to you,
And they
listen,
didn't.
I said it to Charlie Saturday. The 81 is so good. We got to try to jump the start here. It's exactly what I said to him. Yeah. And if they let it go, we got a shot.
Yeah.
It's exactly what the other Chapman did.
I mean, you basically get a free attempt at that, right?
You get a free attempt.
Because they'll call it back, they'll give you a warning, but
That's right.
You get to do it again. And you think, all right, like we kind of failed on this one.
That's right.
Play it normally.
But if they let it go, you won huge.
Right.
And they let that one go. And that's why I say, I seen it on the outside, like you said. I was sitting in turn one. I look over, I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Right. I just don't understand how Nick was so far back. I mean,
well, no, because he didn't go.
Yeah,
the whole outside just took off. I mean, they didn't even get off turn 4 yet. He was already in 4th or 5th.
So what you're saying is that the race director would have had to think that Nick missed the
call,
shift, right?
in my
That's the
mind,
only way it wouldn't have gotten called back.
Missed the shift. You got to jump.
Right.
You didn't even jump.
Right.
You didn't even go. They
right,
got to
but
the
if
line.
the race director thought that, he would have called it back, right? I mean, am I wrong in
if he
feeling
thought
that?
he missed a shift, he lets it go.
Right.
But, to my mind, they got to the box. The 07 did exactly what he's supposed to do to win the race.
Right.
And it worked.
Yep, 100%.
Right? But if you're like if that happened to JP at Stafford on last weekend, these guys would be beside themselves right now.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a 50-50 ball. And if you're Hovey, all you can hope is that you get the same treatment back the next time. You hope when you're the second place guy, you jump the start.
Could you imagine they call it back?
No, well then that's when there's a problem.
Right.
Right. So yeah, unfortunately it is what it is at this point.
Right. And I mean, like Sid and I were in the stands, we were kind of just baffled by the call. Like I was getting ready to sit back down. I was like, caution's coming out any second now. They get back to the line. I'm like, well, now it's official, right?
I feel like I probably ragged the new race director pretty hard on this one.
Oh, it's not just you.
I felt bad. I kind of feel bad for doing it, but I don't because you're taking it away from somebody that's put a lot of work in.
Yep.
And has done that. They do what they have to do to be the best. And it sucks when a human takes that from you. It's a human decision, and so anyways.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't. That's just how I feel.
I'm not that bent over it. I mean, bad calls are part of any sport. It happens. I mean,
Yeah.
Hubby got a bad call.
You said it pre-show. It's part of the game. Everything has to work for you for the day.
Right.
Right. Nothing is given, which is a great way to look at things. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Wait a minute, Diego.
What?
Don't you think it would be appropriate if at this point in the show we told people how they could send you an email?
Well, I'm not done with my stuff. But what they can.
Don't question how I drive the bus.
Okay,
You
drive the
understand?
bus.
Tell them where to go.
Well, this is what we're going to do. You can send in your questions, and I want you guys to do it. And I don't want you to do it on a Tuesday afternoon. I want you to send it on a Friday so I can think about it. All right? I want this to just soak in my brain. It comes right to my phone, but send it to Sid's View Podcast. Right, Sid?
You talking so long, the whole graphic's gone.
I don't
now.
care. At gmail.com.
Yes.
Because
Sid's View Podcast at gmail.com.
I want you guys to send your questions in. All right? You want more? Or is that it? Crickets.
Go ahead.
Crickets. We got one more. I'll give you one more.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, this is a good one.
That's what she said.
And this is I want take it
Jack,
easy.
chime it in.
This is a great question from one of JP's best friends.
Hey, that's what she said.
Oh yeah. So this is from last year's SK Modified champion, Andrew Moeller.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Same.
Is this that high roller type of figure?
High roller molar. Okay, you ready?
Yes, sir.
If you had an entrance song before every race, what would it be and why?
Enter Sandman for sure.
Oh, that's a good
great
pick. That is a good pick.
Good pick. Yeah.
How does that song go? Can you sing it for me, Sid?
Negative.
No?
I can sing it.
It's a little Metallica.
Yeah, just like that. That's exactly
Yeah, see, you get it.
Yeah.
Rob's got it.
I think mine would be, you know what my song would be? Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Little Nirvana.
Cult
I like
of
that one,
personality.
Yeah, that would be my song. I'd be like,
Cult of Personality is a good one. That
Yeah.
gets you fired.
how's that go? Cult of Personality.
It's got the guitar riff, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that song sucks.
I would do probably a little Rusty Cage by Soundgarden. It's a nice one. Yeah,
Fro?
look it up.
He'd do a SpongeBob song.
Yeah, it would be some dumbass shit like that. Kind of I don't know if y'all know about the little ditty called Megalovania. You ever heard of it?
I haven't.
It's so sad. It's lost
Remy?
on all you guys.
Over to Remy for the Carrie Underwood pick of the week.
Oh, yeah, Remy, we haven't heard from you in an hour. What is it?
I would probably do One Way or Another.
By Blondie?
Yeah.
How does that song go?
One way or another.
Yes!
Hold on.
Hey, that's what she said.
Actually, can I change mine? Can I change mine?
Sure,
I do
go ahead.
this song called Public Service Announcement by Jay-Z. It's a good song.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey. All right. Hey, that was great. We had a few other pieces of mail we didn't get to, but we will reach them at some point this year. So thanks for sending in your emails, and we look forward to getting back to them next week. So thank you, guys.
All right. Always a fabulously well done segment, Diego.
Oh, thank you kindly.
This segment could possibly be unbearable.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there's no possibly there, sir.
You guys suck at the pickups.
Wait, he's already writing. Look at that.
Don't worry about what the hell I'm doing.
Wow.
Where are we?
Let's go.
Diego, why are you grayed out? Did
Why
you do
am I
something wrong?
grayed out, Sid?
I don't know.
Sid, yeah, that's rude.
I don't know why I did that.
Yeah.
Oh, Sid, you're in it now, guy. You were getting all cocky last week. You're in it.
Dude.
I got ripped off by Hovey.
It's May 6th, you chirp mouths. Go ahead and get it out
Look
now.
at Emma said I jinxed her.
Yeah. True story.
Yeah,
probably
you really
jinxed
did
her.
because she had the speed, too.
I jinxed Hovey too. Poor guy.
Remy, you know what they say? Ladies first.
No.
No, you go last. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
Get your
she,
crap together.
Oh, so she could change her picks.
So we'll go over. We'll
Diego-
give Jack. We'll give
Yeah,
Jack
Diego
the
and
first
Jack.
tips. Jack's
All
in the lead,
Hell yeah.
and he has less gray hair.
Wow. Wow.
Ew.
You know,
I mean, am I missing something? Does he even really have that much gray hair?
cookie, please. Cookie, please.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm gonna start down at Seekonk
Yeah.
with the late models Luke LeBrun.
Oh, you're going back to back with LeBron?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Wait. Hold on a second. For starters, let's take this off.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Did we tell Jack the rules of this game?
What is the rules?
I don't know if we did.
You didn't clarify. No.
You can't pick the same person 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, you picked him last week?
Did I?
Wait,
I
I
don't
didn't
think
see
he
his name
did.
up there. What are you talking about?
Oh, you just said that he picked somebody 2 weeks in a row or something?
No,
because he won last week.
He won.
Oh, he's
LeBron.
picking him to go back to back.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my bad, Jack. Sorry, didn't mean to
Jack
throw you off.
Pick'em Pixon.
Jacarias.
Okay.
Pick'em picks Tony.
All right, let's go.
All right. Going down to the bowl again, the trucks, Charlie Beal.
Mm-hmm.
In the ACT Tour, Brandon Barker.
Wow.
the Stafford SK Mods, Mikey Flynn.
Wow.
And then for my wild card, I'm going Hovey in the SK Lights at the bowl.
I hate to tell you, trucks
Hey,
are not racing.
Don't say nothing. You cannot do that, because what if somebody else picked the truck?
See, this is why we can't play
Come
games
on,
with Diego.
Remy. You're terrible at this freaking game.
He gets so excited.
Yeah, why do you say anything? Jeez. What a throwback
All right,
truck guy.
settle down.
I did not
Beavis.
pick trucks.
Well, I'm just saying, Remy, just quiet
All right,
down
go
on
ahead.
it. Okay.
Fireball.
Are y'all ready?
No, I don't want to listen to you.
Here we go.
You can give me freaking
JP,
gray
are you
hairs.
excited about
He's
this?
like-
are you as
Oh
excited
my
as I am?
God.
I mean, I wish I got
He's
some
like,
picks.
yeah.
you kiss my pick?
All right. I'm going to listen. Stafford Speedway.
Yeah.
Take a guess.
I'm not guessing.
No,
just
you
saying.
are, Sid.
Say
Sid.
it.
Yes. Take a Let's guess. Go.
Nope.
Sid, please, just give me one guess.
Nope.
JP, you got a guess for me?
No, my
Stafford?
God.
Diego, just say your pick.
no.
Shove it up
Come
your ass.
on.
Let's just
Let's
pick
go.
What division?
SK,
SK? Mike Jr.?
JP,
Oh, you're taking me.
back to back.
That's right. That's
He's
a good. See,
going
that's a
back-
smart choice right there.
Back to back. JP Puleo.
Well, the only thing we can tell you is on the F&M electrical supply chalkboard chatter, our guests win races. So,
Proven
you're right.
last week. I mean, could happen again.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Okay, we're moving on to Seekonk Speedway for myself,
mhm.
and I'm going with legendary Rick Martin in the trucks to knock it down.
Nice.
Okay, Waterford Speedbowl, one of my favorite places to be.
Mhm.
I'm going the SK division. I'm going Timmy Jordan.
Mhm.
Okay, Act Mr. Gluchaki. Okay, is it okay I take him? My last one is my wild card. It's the Streeters at the Waterford Speedbowl. I know there's only 8,
Mhm.
but they're going to have to get around Aaron Plemons this week, so I take him.
Well.
All
All right.
right.
Well, I've been told if we're going by gray hairs, Sid, I have to pick before you.
Sid got a lot of graces matching his shirt today.
Ooh.
That's spicy, man. You gotta
My
watch
man
it.
got a
You
matching
gotta
outfit on
watch it.
today.
All right, here we go. Stafford in the limited late models. I was shocked by this performance, so I'm going to say he rides it out. I'm saying Jason Lafayette in the limiteds. Late model, Seekonk. I also went Luke LeBrun, so Jack, hope you're okay with me stealing your pick there. Waterford, SKs, saying Anthony Flannery.
Good pick.
Mm-hmm. The touring series, I'm pushing on Gluchaki. Diego, that's why I gave you the stink eye when you said it.
Yeah.
Now,
that's
I
okay.
picked him first, okay, last week, so let's push. And wild card at Stafford, watching him drive through the field like that, I can't pick. I can't not pick Kevin Gambacorta for the lates.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful, man. Good for you.
She said, good
All right,
commentary.
go. Okay, show me up, Sid. We're tied the pick'ems right now.
All right. Stafford SKs, Troy Talman, Seekonk, Pro Stocks, Mark Jennison, Speedbowl, Lights, Hovey, Touring Series, New England, Super Modified Series,
This is great.
Matt Swanson.
Okay.
Todd Owen, Wild Card, SKs is the bowl.
Okay.
All right. Remy, over to you.
Okay. I'm going to SK Lights at Stafford, Brian Sullivan. Seekonk,
I like that.
Good pick.
Sportsman, Adam Petty. Waterford Street Stocks, Al Stone.
Chalk.
I'm going to Act, and I'll probably say it correctly. Tom Carey. And then I'm going back to the Speedbowl for Legend Cars, Riley Paul.
Tom Carey threw you off, huh?
Yeah.
What did she say? I hope I'm saying this right.
Right. Could there be a simpler name?
It's me.
No,
Wait, how is it spelled? How is it spelled?
It's spelled correctly.
Spell like you would say Carey.
Carey?
Yes.
Oh, come on, Remy. What the hell?
He says, come
Jesus
on,
Christ.
Remy.
You saw me before the show, and you're wondering why I was nervous about saying his name.
I'm just always amazed how the simple ones get you.
Yeah, it happens.
All right, well, let's carry on. It's time for the old Riley Generators Pop Culture Minute. Giddy up.
Okay, I want to say a big thank you to Riley Generator. Riley.
Wow. Wait. Do it again.
I want to say a big thank you to Riley Generators for sponsoring the Pop Culture Minute. Sid, rumor has it that you started a new stop laughing. A new pop culture podcast this week called The Mindless Chat.
This is the Pop Culture Minute
podcast with some friends.
Yep.
So would you like to tell the
Oh,
viewers?
shameless plug.
I was just thinking. I was just thinking how we were talking before the show how everybody says they miss Remy talking on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, this is what they miss.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, so we started another podcast with some friends of mine, people I grew up with. We talk about basically anything pop culture related, movies, film, music, dabble in a little sports, some lifestyle stuff. It's whatever. It's called Mindless Chatter, and that's a great umbrella to really just talk about anything. So we don't really know where it's going. We're still kind of working things out, but kind of like what we did here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We started meeting. We started doing stuff. We started recording. We'd made some reels. So we're all over social. Mindless Chatter podcast on basically all the platforms there. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We're the Mindless Chatter Pod. And we have a bunch of reels that were on there. So I left it for Remy to pick which one she wanted to show so we could kind of hype it. And so this is a reel about Alec Baldwin and a death stare he gave at his wife at a red carpet that kind of made us laugh. So we'll check it out.
I don't know if you guys saw this. When Alec Baldwin got like shushed by his wife
It's my
on
boy
the red
Mark.
carpet. It's amazing.
Where? Like the Oscars?
I'm not sure where it was.
Shush
I don't know.
Did you say
Shushed.
by his wife or his ex-wife?
His wife.
Oh.
So like she's talking, and he starts talking, and she like totally. It's amazing.
We're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna
this
be great.
This
You're a
season-
winner.
Oh my God! When I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Watch his face.
This is why, yes, we'll have
Look at
to
that
just
death
cut him
stare.
out of the show.
Wow.
No, I mean, I
See
think
that?
this is a really
He's just like, I think I see my Uncle Larry over there. I'm getting the hell out of here.
we took a lot of chances.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
does she do anything besides?
That's it.
Well,
I
they
think so.
have a reality.
So, anyways, check it out there if you're interested in some more podcast
That's
content.
great,
Yeah, we're trying
man.
to mix it up and just do some other stuff here. So, all right, let's carry on more racing stuff. It's time for Diego's favorite graphic of the show. Let's find out from our friends over at Myers Creamery what's on tap. Oh, come on. What happened?
What the hell?
Are you kidding me?
I love
fine.
that one. I love that one.
All right, so we got Stafford, the Bull, Seekonk, Acton Passer over at Star Speedway. I think it's safe to say that the season is officially underway.
Yeah,
Oh, no
it's
doubt.
nonstop from here.
Yeah.
Geez, next week we should be over about 9:30.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, it'd be great.
If we're lucky.
Stafford, I love talking Stafford too, man. I can't
Speedbowl.
wait. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Just wait till we get Thompson in there one of these weeks. That's gonna be real bad.
Can't wait to talk about JP next week. My pick'ems are gonna be.
Yeah, JP winning, right? JP?
Oh, it's gonna be.
Yeah, I can't let everybody down. I mean, there's proof on the board by Rob, and then
Our
Diego took
guests
me,
win
and-
races.
I don't know.
All right, live chat. Let's get ready. It's time once again with our friends over at Seekonk
Skake it.
LLC.
We say it right.
Yeah, we missed that. It's
I
funny.
love that.
So we had the audio. We had the audio issues last year, and I watched the show back, and Rob said
Who
that.
are you?
I cut myself off. I did not mean to start that graphic because I was telling the story.
I was wondering what happened there.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyways, who won the week? Eric Burnt.
That's my pick.
Penalty last to first.
That's my pick. That's
I'll
what
say
I'm
it right now.
going with.
Andy gave us a pretty nice shout out there for the podcast, Victory Lane.
Did he?
Oh yeah.
Who did?
Eric
Burnt,
Oh yeah, he
did
did.
He was yelling to
Oh, yeah.
us.
Oh yeah, you didn't. So you don't watch Sid's View? Got it. Okay.
I didn't have a chance to watch
so
it all yet.
clearly your brother's voting for Tyler Chapman in the SK Lights, so you can mark that down, Rob.
Yeah, will do.
Yeah, who else we got here? All the winners at Seekonk, Aaron Nagato, LeBrun, Saradinsky, Caballero, Chris Pastriak.
Bottom lane at the Speedbowl.
Long-awaited return. Ray Christian back in the minis with Soup on the Hood.
Yeah.
Meservies, synonymous with Pro 4s, finishing 1-2, actually.
Yeah. I'm going to have to say, I was originally going to pick Hadley because it's been a long time since he's been in victory lane. But I'm going to go with Pastriak because it's been even longer for him. And I loved to see the smiling face of his old man.
Yeah.
It was great to see. It gave me goosebumps when I seen him.
Yeah, it's a tough call between Pastriak and Eric.
I'm going to go Eric just for the sheer the greatness that the drive he put on.
Yeah.
So.
It was a pretty dominant performance. JP, what do you got?
I got to go with Pastriak.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's cool to see him win back at Waterford of all places.
Yeah,
too.
it's his home track, right?
I mean, he was fast all weekend. He unloaded the fastest, pretty much second. He was second fastest in practice, won the heat, and won the feature. I mean, it's really all you can ask for.
Right.
He does it the right way, so I think Patrick.
I agree too. There's people that do it the right way, and he's one of them.
Yeah, he's never been known for really like roughing anybody up or anything. He always has beautiful cars too, so I'll say him.
Brody P3 Cars Tour.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Bad job by us.
Bad job by us. Yeah, congratulations to Brody on the Cars Tour.
Remy, what do you got?
Damn.
I'm going with Eric Burnt.
Can't lose either way. I think I'm going Pastriak by like a sliver over Eric Burnt. It's tight.
Yeah.
It's close.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Pastriak. What are you thinking, Rob?
I already wrote myself in for Eric Burnt here.
Yeah.
I think that's just the last to first drive. It's hard to top. Although I will say, I mean, you made a good case for Pastriak there.
I believe Aaron Nagato was his first race.
He didn't win last year.
Yeah, it's his first career
It's
win.
first
in
career.
the pros.
Yeah.
Won a lot of late model races.
Mm-hmm. All right, Rob, what do we got? We got a tally going or what?
I do. Would you like me to read it off?
Yeah.
Sure.
Finalize it here. All right. With one vote apiece, we have Connecticut meteorologists.
Mm-hmm.
Greg, Dave put Provost in the chat. Prevost is his name, right?
I'm pretty sure it's Prevost.
Okay. Either way, Greg gets a vote. Someone put Jordan in the chat. I assume Timmy Jordan.
No, Jordan Hadley.
Jordan Hadley.
Okay, it just said Jordan, so
Yeah.
that was the first thing that came to mind. Jordan
Yep.
Hadley, that's a good pick too.
It is a good pick.
I will say we didn't
The
talk
fact
about that a lot.
The vote was from Vanessa Hadley. That didn't give you any clues there.
I mean, it just says Jordan.
Yeah, but did you see who?
He doesn't know the who's of who's.
I mean, I bet. Listen,
It says
this is
Vanessa
my
Hadley,
first real exposure
Jordan.
to Jordan Hadley.
It says his name right there.
That's true. I'm trying to help him.
Okay.
Are we done with the berating here? I can get on with the votes.
Well, don't do stupid stuff, and we won't make fun of you.
Brody Monahan with 2.
Yep,
Bottom lane at the Speedbowl with 3 votes.
that's pretty good.
And I'm telling you, Bert ran away with it with 6.
How many did Pastriak get?
Oh, he also got 3. Excuse me, I didn't read that off. It's not in order, I just wrote them down by
Yep.
the
right.
order they came in. Then I tallied them up next to him. But yeah, Pastriak also with 3.
Rob's falling to pieces over there. Let's wrap it up. All right, everybody. Listen, glad to have you aboard. We absolutely love hanging out with you on Tuesday nights. Don't forget to follow us on social because Reminator, as we've told you, is internet gold. Diego, over to you, buddy.
Hell yeah, man. I'm going to thank Fowler's Auto Wrecking for the weekly update. Of course, Waddell Communications for the Nostalgia Nugget. Hoosier Tyrese for the Popcorn Stat Chat. Mid-State Site Development for Did You Know. Of course, Ed Marcel Firewood and Land Clearing for Viewer Mail. Myers Creamery for What's on Tap. Riley Generators, thank you for the Pop Culture Minute. Of course, Skank It, because we say it right, LLC, for Who Won the Week. F&M Electric Supply, thanks for the chalkboard chatter. Of course, Monaco Ford, always for the results ticker. Northeast Trucking Off-Road for the weekly pick'ems. Serve Pro of Norwich, next week, the Point Break returns. Seekonk Grand Prix for firing up the hot seat. And we got to thank our special guest tonight. As most of us know, JP Lightning, Jon Puleo. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Yeah, thank you guys. It's been fun.
Hell yeah. Of course, I want to thank Vault Productions for this kick-ass studio. Last but not least, all you podcast members, thanks for tuning in tonight. Much love to y'all.
All right, everybody. We will be back at it 1 week from today. Check us out then. See ya. I screwed it up again. Damn it, Remy.